All right, good morning. How we doing? Just for starters, just wanted to let you know, we feel really good about where we're at right now with our preparation for the Steelers. Had a solid week of practice so far. Got a couple more days. We're looking forward to it as we get to the situational stuff. Watching the tape, this is traditionally a darn good football team, a good defense that we're going to face. But we feel like we're in a good spot on our preparation and where we're at heading into the game. So with that, we'll take any questions.
How big of a blow is what happened at UT?
Yeah, it's a tough deal, but I'll let the head coach talk about the injury stuff. But as we all know, that's a good football player. That's a really good football player. So, but we feel confident in the other guys too.
How valuable is it to have a guy like Justin that you can play all over the interior like he does?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the versatility of offensive linemen is always not just Tip, but any of them. Guys that have position flex just adds tremendous value to those guys in the roster. And again, we feel good about a bunch of those guys that we have that we feel like may have to go into the game that they can play multiple positions.
What makes T.J. Watt such a challenge for any guy?
Yeah, he's a tremendous athlete. He has relentless pursuit, great effort, and that's just experience. And he's just a solid all-around player. That's a handful for a lot of people.
Does it make you at all hesitant to have a rookie out there maybe first start against him?
We brought Armand in here for a reason, and he's up to the challenge. And not to say that it's not going to be challenging, but we feel great about it. We feel great about where he's at and where our plan is, and it'll be a good one on Sunday.
What has made Cam Haywood so good the last 15 years?
He's just a very, versatile player. He is great against the run. He can pass rush. He can bat the ball down. He's such a savvy player. So it'll be challenging for us, but we're up to it.
What do you think in terms of Justin Fields and how well he knows that scheme, that personnel over there? Can that be? Do you use that at all this week?
Yeah, I can't speak to his knowledge of their scheme. We've had conversations, of course, but again, that'd be for him to answer, not me, as far as where he is, his knowledge of their defense.
Do you notice at all with your players, Justin, any of the guys, something changes this week? I know you've been preparing for so long, but now that it's actually a game week, do you notice anything change?
I think that our team has prepared like it's a game, throughout the offseason in our approach to practice. So really, you shouldn't see a change in the way we practice and the way we go about things. I think there's just an awareness that, hey, we're playing a game in a few days. So I think that is the one thing that maybe changes. But the way we approach practice and the way we run around and on the practice field remains constant.
Do you know what to expect from Jalen Ramsey in terms of how they're going to use him?
I do not know. We only have the handful of snaps from the preseason, and that's what we've seen from their defense in regards to Ramsey.
That kind of a challenge in week one, not just him, but there's usually a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, historically, this is defense has been pretty consistent as far as being in the system, in the building there. But again, every first game, every season is going to have its own challenges. We're going to have to see how the game settles in and what adjustments, what new wrinkles they may have had, and then make our adjustments off of that.
How excited are you to start to show some creativity? The preseason games, obviously you're dialing things back. Now you get to really kind of show what you were brought here to do.
Are you saying we weren't creative in the preseason? All good. It'll be fun. It's just an opportunity for us to get into the game plan mode and see what we can't do to try to put pressure on the defense.
You've talked a lot about, and everyone has, about just trying to be physical on offense, run the ball, and that whole mentality.
Yeah.
How adaptable can you be if you have to get out of that game? If you can't do that. How adaptable is this offense as a whole in doing other things?
I think that's one of the beauties to our system is that we can adjust and adapt to any situation that we have, and if that needs to happen, then we'll adjust accordingly to how the game is.
What do you think about where Mason is at? He missed some time with the ankle in the hand, but how do you feel about him going into this game?
I feel really good about Mason. Mason is smart, instinctual football player, and of course it's hard always when you miss a little bit of time, but he picked up right where he left off, and we feel like he's in a really good spot heading into the game.
Do you, when you're looking at rotation at running back, do you go into the game thinking this for Reese, this for Braylon, this for Isaiah, or is it more feel of the game? Like, how do you kind of manage that?
We're not going to let the trade secrets out here, but I think they're all going to get touches, and they all have their own ways the way we're going to attempt to get those guys the ball.
Do you go in with numbers in mind, or do you just go by the fly?
We have ideas about how we want to approach the game, yeah.